Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I wanted to talk a little bit about my thoughts on how do I say it? I want to say the downfall of the United States. The difference is we've already have our downfall. We've already passed. We're going down already. And but what I see is going to be happening in the near future, and is going to be the division of the United States. But it won't be like most people think. What it is, I'm half Chinese. My younger years, I came from the racial days, and it was still fresh in everybody's minds about what happened with the Japanese. They put the Japanese, World War II, they put Japanese in a camp, even though they were no threat to the United States government, but they put them in a camp. So that kind of stuff stuck in my mind. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the Marines, at 18 years old, is I wanted to prove to everybody I'm just as much American as everybody else, but it doesn't make any difference. And but I didn't know that at the time. And but being Chinese and realizing that governments do bad things to its citizens, I don't want to say I study history, but I'm really aware of it. And Chinese history, I'm really aware of. I like to say they've got about 10,000 years of history. So one thing I have learned is history does repeat itself. And China, what China does, every time China gets to be strong, and all through history, every time it gets to be a big, strong nation, something happens, and they divide the country up. And when I say divide it, I'm talking about different other countries of the world come in and take portions of the country. How do you say it? They just, like I say, they just take it. I don't know how else to say it. The most recent example would be 1900, the Boxer Rebellion. I don't remember if it was 1900 or 1901 or something. It was around 1900, and in China. And what that was, they tried to get all the countries out of China. Like I say, China was divided up. Even the United States had part of China. So Britain had a part. I think France did, and all kinds of people had different parts of it. And then you heard of Genghis Khan. Okay, Genghis Khan, what he did is he brought China all together. And when China came together, it became powerful. And then he was able to conquer, I don't know, I think half of the known world at that time. But in other words, what I'm saying is when big countries get strong, some way or another, they get divided out. What I have figured out is it's when big business and government come together, and they come together and they want everything. I mean, that's where greed and power takes a hold. And so that's what I see coming to the United States. I mean, you see all these British petroleum stations. You think Britain is just going to allow their investments to be ransacked? No. China, how much does Chinese money, they've been supporting the United States government. You think they've been doing that for the kindness of their hearts? China, they want us dead. Get serious. I say the communists took over China and made it one big, powerful country, and that's what it's doing now. It's taking all of its steps, and it's using its bribing, and remember we talked about bribing, and but see, on the big national scale, big companies do the bribing to our politicians. So that's why I'm saying, you thinking United States is above bribery? No, they're right in the thick of it. And and that's why, you know, some states have sold highways to foreign countries. You know, come on, get serious. These people, when they own these highways, you don't think they have some kind of vested interest in the United States? So they will get their money. They will get control of their investments. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to see, already you see the United States government doesn't even trust its own military. You see the United States government is going out of its way to weaken the military. I know you're not going to like this, but you see, they get the women. They put women into the military. You know, now, I don't know what y'all know about military, but like I say, and all I know, I'm not a big military kind of guy, but what I do know is in the Marines, what we did is kill people. We do nasty stuff. And so that's the way I look at military. Military does the strong arm stuff for the government. And now they're going to bring in women into our military. They bring the gays in. They the way they train them, the way they limit what they do, and what they give them vaccinations that make them sick. They cut their funds. These are all things to destroy the military. So our own government hates our military, and they're making our government, our military, work with foreign troops. I mean, you can't be serious on this. We're showing them the way we do our stuff. Now, how can you do that? These are the same people you're going to be fighting. We've done it with the Chinese. We've done maneuvers with the Chinese, showing them how we do our thing. Everything is set up to destroy our military. Once our military is out, you realize the only thing we have is our military to protect us. That's their constitutional duty. And it's through the government, the federal government is when they're supposed to do it. And already, you know, the federal government doesn't even like our Constitution. So, of course, they don't like the Constitution, but they don't like the military. They don't trust the military. So, so they're setting everything up for us, the U.S., to be divided up. Now, I'm sorry, I'm not all that smart, that I can't tell you how they're going to do it. But I'll tell you one thing. If you think we're going to have a revolution, or you know, I'm going to put up with so much of this, you're not going to put up with, you're going to put up with everything that you're going to put up with. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. And this is why I'm pushing a three-man militia. At least maybe you can take care of your family, your friends, and your local community. The United States is big enough that maybe we might be able to do that. If we can get certain pockets that are strong and able to hold their own, it might not be a forceful takeover. Because like I say, they did that in China. They have forceful takeovers. I say, this stuff happens. Russia did the same thing. You know what I mean? So this isn't anything strange. It's going to happen. Now, and that's how I push the 3%, are the ones that prepare, the ones that enjoy and use their freedoms. And that's why I make my videos. I'm trying to give people a leg up on what's going on and how they're going to do it. And so you might think about my bribing and stuff might be so silly and all this kind of stuff. These foreign troops are bribable. These foreign troops come from places just like this. Especially UN, you know, they're doing a lot of UN. You know, we're trying to back the UN and all this kind of crap. Okay, the UN is made up of a bunch of losers. And these people are all bribable. And they're all corrupt as can be. And these are the people that we're going to have to deal with, one way or the other, you know. And what they're probably going to do is go out and to take small areas in the United States and intimidate them, and maybe even use force and do all this and scare everybody, you know, scare the other people into doing this stuff. I mean, that's what they do with guns. They're going to do like that. I mean, they'll make it illegal to have guns, and then they're going to start doing roadblocks, and then taking people, throwing them in jail for having guns or whatever, you know. I mean, what, in school, you go like that, and then, you know, right there. So the kids are already being taught, you know, guns are bad. You know, I mean, it's everything is going that direction. And so I know it's going to happen, and that's why I'm making all this stuff that I make. And like I say, I'm going to have it all available, so you can get this information. And because, you know, like I say, my stuff only works for self-defense. And like I say, it's self-defense against anything. I mean, anything. And that's what I'm trying to do, is get the word out. What's going on? You can do something. Now remember, it's only going to be the 3% that's going to do something. The rest of them are a bunch of wimps. The rest of them will stand in line, put their hand out, or give me a little bit of rice. You know, they don't, you know, these people, and they're going to be city people. Country people won't put up with this crap. Country people, you're doing all the work. You're raising your stock. You're planting. You're growing things. And like I say, you're going to they're going to be trading. You know, they'll be trading their wheat and corn for, you know, some meat or some vegetables and stuff like that. That's what they do. That's what they've done in China. They've done it in Russia. They do it all over. They even do it down here. You know what I mean? So right now in the United States, we're above all that kind of stuff. But believe me, you won't be. The time is coming. And I say, it's funny because an easy way for them to do all this, to make this thing happen, is let the dollar collapse. I mean, they're doing everything to collapse it already. We're in so much debt that, like I say, once they collapse the dollar, well, then the people that are going to they're going to want their money with that. I don't know, what is it? 17 trillion we're in debt now. Believe me, they're going to collect, and this is all going to come. There's nothing we can do to stop it. I hate to be a pessimist like that, but I've seen it coming way too long. And all through history it's been going. And like I say, once they collapse the dollar, that 97% are going to be standing in line with their hand out, looking for any little bit they can get. You know, they're going to have their fancy cars, their big screen TVs, and all this kind of crap, but they won't have a damn thing to eat. They won't have any way to take care of themselves, and they're going to be wanting to take stuff from other people. And those other people are going to be the ones out in the country. That's why I suggest a 3-man militia. If you're in the country, look for people that are in the city that want to work with you. And if you're in the city, look for people in the country that want to work with you. And now's the time to do it. Because when the time happens, well, I'll put it this way. In the area that I'm setting up in, we're setting up so we can do a shutdown in our small community. We want to have total control over our small community. We won't need the county to come in and try to take control, and the last thing we're going to need is the state. And we sure the hell won't put up with nothing from the federal or foreign troops. So I would suggest you start getting your marbles together, and if you haven't started by now, you're way too late. I really don't give a damn about you. I really don't. I'm just looking for the ones that want to help themselves. I want to help them. Now, when I get back to the States, I will be doing some traveling, but not a lot, not like I used to. I used to do a lot more traveling. Now I'm going to start focusing more on my home base and getting them strengthened up, and making sure that they're going to be ready to do what they got to do, with me or without me. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com. NoStressMike.com.